Comedian Bill Maher has ignited a fresh political firestorm after delivering a blunt on-air attack targeting former US Representative Eric Swalwell, using his HBO show Time With Bill Maher to lash out at the California Democrat amid a wave of fresh misconduct allegations. Maher didn't ease into the topic. He went straight for the jugular, calling Swalwell during the broadcast, and claiming his discomfort with the former congressman goes back years. Recalling past appearances, Maher told viewers, "I've gotta say, we had him on a couple of times. Ask my staff, I never liked him." He doubled down, adding, "I've always thought this guy was a I never liked him, and yet so many Democrats stood by him, and now that we're finding out that it was such an open secret." The comments came as Swalwell is already facing mounting pressure after multiple women recently came forward with sexual misconduct and harassment allegations, triggering a rapid political collapse that saw him suspend his campaign for California governor and step down from Congress. Maher used the controversy to broaden his criticism beyond Swalwell, pointing to what he described as a recurring pattern of delayed accountability in high-profile scandals. He cited several figures as examples of what he called long-running open secrets, including former film producer Harvey Weinstein, former comedian Bill Cosby, former U.S. Senator Larry Craig of Idaho, and former President Bill Clinton. What is going on here where it takes so long for the open secret to come out? Maher asked during the segment, expressing frustration at what he sees as systemic silence until allegations become unavoidable. The comedian also toned his criticism toward both major political parties, arguing that accusations of moral superiority often collapse under scrutiny. In the process, he referenced E. Jean Carroll's allegations against U.S. President Donald Trump, using it as part of a wider argument about political inconsistency and selective outrage. The fallout around Swalwell continues to intensify as the allegations against him circulate widely, with his resignation and campaign suspension marking a dramatic downturn in his political trajectory, now amplified further by Maher's high-profile and unfiltered public remarks.
A political earthquake rocked Washington on Monday as Eric Swalwell dramatically announced his resignation from Congress, just hours before a bombshell press conference by one of his alleged victims. The stunning move sent shockwaves through Capitol Hill, instantly igniting a firestorm of controversy. The married former California governor hopeful forcefully denied the sexual assault and rape allegations against him, but stepped aside amid mounting chaos. His resignation came shortly after the House Ethics Committee launched an investigation, one now expected to be scrapped once his exit becomes official. In a defiant yet apologetic statement, Swalwell declared, "I am deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes and judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious false allegation made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes I did make. I am aware of efforts to bring an immediate expulsion vote against me and other members. Expelling anyone in Congress without due process within days of an allegation being made is wrong, but it's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress." Calls for his resignation had been intensifying over the weekend, with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle demanding accountability following allegations that he sexually assaulted a former staffer. Some even argued that expulsion from Congress was warranted. Among the latest to demand his departure were Democrat Pramila Jayapal and Republican Byron Donalds, both of whom emphasized the broader implications of the scandal during appearances on NBC's Meet the Press.
Do you think that Swalwell should drop out of the gubernatorial race? I absolutely do. This is, as you know, I've been very vocal on behalf of survivors of the Epstein scandal. And I think that what we are seeing now is an emergence of women across the country who have been dismissed, told to shut up, told to move on, who have been abused by men in powerful positions. This is not a partisan issue. This cuts across party line, and it is a depravity of the way that women have been treated. And I'm just inspired by the courage and the bravery of the women who came forward. This is clearly a pattern. I've already called for Congressman Swalwell to drop out of the gubernatorial race, and I think we have to hold everybody accountable.
Will you vote to expel Congressman Swalwell, and will you vote to expel Congressman Gonzalez?
That vote comes to the floor, I will be voting yes on both measures. These allegations are despicable, and they demean the integrity of Congress. These things are just completely unacceptable. As far as I'm concerned, both gentlemen need to go home.
I've certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife. And to her, I apologize deeply for putting her in this position.
Political shocker out of California. Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell has slammed the brakes on his governor run after explosive sexual assault allegations, claims he flatly denies. This comes as an unverified video allegedly showing Swalwell with a woman in a compromising situation continues to go viral across social media. In a social media post, Swalwell fired back, saying, "I am suspending my campaign for governor. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious, false allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not a campaign's." The accusations, first reported by the San Francisco Chronicle and later by CNN on April 11th, triggered a political firestorm, sending Democrats scrambling for cover. Once a rising contender to replace Governor Gavin Newsom, Swalwell saw support vanish within 48 hours, just weeks before ballots for the June 2nd primary. Despite denying the claims, he issued an apology to his wife. Campaign paused, scandal blazing, and California politics officially shaken.
About me today through anonymous allegations, and I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false.
4 women have come forward with allegations of sexual misconduct against Eric Swalwell, including a former staffer who claims the Democratic congressman raped her. Swalwell has strongly denied all accusations. The explosive allegations, first reported by CNN, arrive at a critical moment as the California lawmaker emerges as a leading Democratic contender in the state's high-stakes gubernatorial race. At the center of the controversy is a former staffer who alleges that Swalwell assaulted her in 2024 after she had stopped working for him. She told CNN she was heavily intoxicated when the incident occurred. Quote, "I was pushing him off of me, saying no," she said. "He didn't stop." She claims she woke up the next morning bruised, bleeding, and confused. According to her account, it was the second instance of non-consensual sexual contact involving the congressman. She alleges that in 2019, while still employed in his office, she awoke naked in a hotel room after a night of heavy drinking, with no memory of what had happened. CNN reported corroboration for key elements of her account. 2 family members and a friend said she told them about the alleged 2024 assault shortly afterward. The network also reviewed text messages she sent at the time, including one that read, "I was sexually assaulted by Eric." She later underwent STD and pregnancy testing and shared related medical records. 3 additional women have also accused Swalwell of misconduct, alleging unsolicited explicit messages, nude photos, and inappropriate advances. One woman said she connected with the congressman online through shared political interests. She alleged that after a night of drinking, she became extremely intoxicated and ended up in his hotel room with limited memory of what occurred. She further claimed that he kissed her and touched her leg without consent earlier that evening. Another accuser, social media creator Ali Samarco, told CNN that Swalwell sent her unsolicited nude images after they connected on social media to discuss politics. "I truly never thought he would respond," she said, and he actually did. A fourth woman alleged that she received explicit messages and images after interacting with the congressman online, describing the exchanges as unwelcome and distressing. According to CNN, the women described a similar pattern. They alleged that Swalwell showed close personal interest in them while they were in their 20s and early in their careers, making them feel valued and even starstruck. They claimed the interactions later turned increasingly sexual, often tied to episodes involving alcohol. Some said they reciprocated in part because of his influence and position of power. CNN reported reviewing screenshots of dozens of messages exchanged between Swalwell and the women. While many were flirtatious, none reviewed by the network were explicitly sexual. The accusers alleged that more graphic content was sent via Snapchat, where messages automatically disappear. Swalwell has categorically denied the allegations in a video posted on Instagram.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations, and I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly. These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened, and I will fight them with everything that I have. They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past, but those mistakes are between me and my wife, and to her I apologize deeply for putting her in this position. I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years I have served the public, as a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am and have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends, and I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support, and I look forward to updating you very soon.
His attorney also denied that Swalwell has ever engaged in non-consensual sex or had sexual relations with any member of his staff. Cease and desist letters were reportedly sent to 2 of the women, calling their claims false and warning of potential legal consequences. The allegations surface as Swalwell's political profile continues to rise. A congressman from the San Francisco Bay Area, he is a former presidential candidate and a prominent figure on cable news, known for his outspoken criticism of former President Donald Trump and his role on the House Intelligence Committee. Despite the denials, the accusations have intensified scrutiny at a pivotal moment in his political career, fueling debate over accountability, power, and ethics in public office.